Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Friday night, and I'm the Lich, your tour guide for the Liching Hour. Tonight we are finishing up, I believe. We're finishing up. We'll see how everything goes. But we are finishing up the One Who Watches from Below. Dungeon Crawl Classics. Awesome module. But before that, in Dungeon News. First thing, Punjaba the goat lover has been found. Apparently he wasn't killed by a black slime. Black pudding. He was out with his goats. It's been a wild summer so far, Dungeon friends. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to a little bit less excitement. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is a dungeon. This ain't no lame human village sitting on the edge of the great forest hoping for one more adventure to visit the inn or not be burned to the ground by a band of bored orcs. No, we live for interesting. Am I right? With that in mind, the Beholder Burlesque is back. We're holding a raffle to win some free tickets. If you can write your name, or if you have a name stone, drop it off at level 2. Or if you have some copper pieces, come on down to level 1 and see the show. And finally, the remote from the Common Rooms TV on level 3 is missing. I don't want to accuse anyone of stealing anything. It's not magical. I repeat, it's not a magic item, therefore holds 0 value for anybody except the person who wants to watch Krogar's Heroes. Alright? So okay, Dungeon, let's have another great week. Viva la Dungeon! Alright. That was Dungeon News. Now, where did we leave our party? That's not a rhetorical question. You need to tell me where we left our party. Don't worry, I'll wait. Wrong. How could I work with these people? No, we left our party in a deep, dark cavern, beginning of a cavern. They had just left, going down the stairs out of a temple, pristine, gorgeous, magically lit temple, having fought their way through it, of course, into this, down the stairs into a pitch black, rank cavern that exists beneath the temple. They, on a meta note, I'm feeling like the last couple fights have been kind of easy for these guys, and I'm worried I've been too easy on them as a whole. That might change tonight. The module as it stands, the end of the module is pretty tough. It's pretty hardcore. So we're gonna see how they do. And in fact, I know I just said that I'm going too easy on, but I am gonna cut them a little bit of slack because the ending to me, this module feels like it's awesome for some really super epic one-shot kind of things, but it doesn't feel like awesome for a campaign. But anyway, we will see. I will be surprised if we don't have a major change in the party today. Yes, and I don't even know who it would be or what's going to happen. That's all going to be up to the dice, which is awesome. So that said, we are rejoining our heroes in a large natural rock cavern. Flaming braziers flank the bottom landing, casting light over half the room. Sickeningly sweet smoke wisps from a brass censer, barely covering a rank, musty odor. The cave slopes downward into inky blackness. Yes, inky indeed. The party had found a secret door in the north part of this cavern, and it had stairs going up, and they decided to not go up those stairs because they felt that what they needed to do, they've been tasked by the Signs of Law to bring the temple down, to bring this temple down. They feel like everything's led them to down here. They want to stay down and keep moving forward into these tunnels thinking that maybe there's something. The thought now, since they don't really have an idea of how they're supposed to bring this temple down, they're thinking that it's maybe there's literally something underneath the temple that they need to do, like maybe knock out some supports or something to bring it down. They really don't have any idea, but it probably lies somewhere beneath the temple. That said, they light up their torches. They got a lantern. Snope's got a lantern. We're gonna go. Snope, our dwarf, kind of like the de facto leader of the group. That's gonna be Snope, Meggle, our elf falconer, with her Ormond the hawk, who she's gonna send. Yeah, he can see in the dark. She's gonna send her hawk out to look around. He's gonna fly silently into the caverns to help guide them to where they need to go, or at least let them know what's going on. And then I'm talking about marching order now. So it's Snope, Meggle, Gunther, our cleric, Talia Barrow, our two elves, two other elves, Pix, and the thief, and then Cassius, the warrior, is going to bring up the rear. So they start moving down with Ormond the hawk's kind of guidance. They move through this pitch black kind of caverns. They as they move, they enter and they come to several smaller caverns with branch out with tunnels branching out, but the Ormond keeps coming back and telling them which way is like the largest. He doesn't know exactly. The hawk doesn't know where they're going either. Nobody knows really where they're going. They're kind of just exploring, but they're sticking to the larger kind of caverns and tunnels, and so they're moving through. And it isn't but maybe 20 minutes, and they come to a larger cavern, not as large as the one they entered in. That had the stairs, and they've traveled probably 20 minutes south, and I wouldn't say 20 minutes. It's 10 minutes, and they find a cavern with chains are secured to every cave wall here. A hairy silver-backed brute lies curled up against the wall, one arm dangling from a locked manacle. The simian beast nuzzles its head against its free arm, then starts snoring. You can see its face is devoid of eyes. So, the party isn't necessarily... Let's see. Everybody looks at each other, not sure what they would do with a chained ape. Snope looks back and gives this universal signal for, let's try to sneak past this guy. So taking their time and going through, but we're going to roll anyway. They attempt to sneak past this large beast. Let's see. Snope. Meggle. Cassius. So, Snope, Meggle, keep it very quiet. Cassius trips over a rock. The ape, the eyeless gorilla, remember he doesn't have any eyes, sits up immediately. And it almost like it turns its head. They can see it turn its head as if it's locking in, aware that last sound was, and it rushes up, but it looks like it knows that it's still connected to the manacle. So we've got to roll some initiative right now. Initiative. Snow. 6-ish. 6-ish. What am I doing here? Alright. And then metal. It's 12. Plus 2. Oh, she doesn't. Oh, I always do this. From here on out, we're gonna always assume that they have weapons drawn. She is gonna have her mace drawn though, because why would she? She's not gonna have her. Well, she's an elf with infravision, so she can see. She has her hawk, so she does have her longbow out. Anyway, so 12. Cassius. Strong and hardy 1. Gunther 3. And then Talia 17. And Barrow. And then the ape is going to be going last. It's obviously intending to break out its chains, and it totally looks like it can. Why it's still chained up, we have no idea. So it looks like Talia is going first. Now Talia, Talia doesn't have. She forgot sleep, so she doesn't have sleep anymore. She's an elf. She had her sharp bow drawn. Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna take a shot with her short bow and see if she can just end this right now. Armor class of the ape. Armor class of the ape. Whoa, hey, she crit. Okay, awesome. Hello. Hello, my honey. Hello. Okay, she's crit table 2. Do I have it on my chart here? No. Let's find some crit table 2. There we go. All thieves and elves. And she rolls a 1d6. 1. Oh no. Strike misses critical organs. Inflict a paltry plus 2d3 damage with this strike. Okay, 2d3. Isn't that okay? That's fine. I've got a d3 right here. Seems like I'd be a 1d6, right? No, I guess because it'll always be 2. So. Alright, and then the short bow is 1d6. Yeah, she doesn't have extra. So it's 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. A paltry. Well, she does hit. That's the good news. Stunk. This thing screams in pain, and it is angry. Yeah. Okay, so next up is Barrow. Barrow. I'm not going to assume that he had his short bow. He can see really well, though. No, wait, he's had better sight than everybody, because Barrow had his eyes replaced by these magical artifacts. The eyes of the Elder Knoll. Yeah, let's just, I'm going to assume he had a short bow as well. So he takes a shot. 18. Okay. Alright, we'll do that. 6 points of damage, brah. Slunk. The first one hits it in the shoulder. The second one hits him uh, in the side. Um, and I'll do that face. All right, and then Megal. Well, we already said Megal had her bow ready. Question is, she's got a long bow. Does she take a hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think she rolls one die lower because it's a long bow. Because she's not that far away. She's maybe 40 feet from this thing. 14. So one die. I should have rolled a 1d16, but I'd have to find it. But she rolled a 14. Its armor class is 13, so she hit the sucker. How well did she do? She has +1 damage. 4. So this is how this all plays out. It wakes up. It goes to start breaking its manacles out. Our 3 elves go on her shoulder, side, and it rears up, and she hits it right in between the eyes. Shlunk, and it falls. Which is a shame, because it was a great, beautiful beast. But it went down good. Everybody up went down good. It went down quickly. Well, that was easy enough. So they reload their bows and continue on their way. Following another tunnel out from that cavern, it's not long before a metallic bang echoes from a largest cavern to the south, where several wheelbarrows are arranged in a neat row. The stench of decay, sulfur, and mold wafts strongly from a passage to the east. The Megal gets kind of excited because she says, she whispers, Ormond's found a very large cavern with a lot of, he says a lot of shiny. And that's from the east. So they all nod and they start moving that way, when suddenly the elderly man from the cavern, this was at the beginning of this adventure, they had met this elderly man who subsequently disappeared when they came back to there. But he steps into the passageway to the east that they saw through this cavern, and the wheelbarrows at your side here. For some reason, there's wheelbarrows. There's a bit of light coming from it, and as they kind of move, he steps in front of the light, flanked by a retinue of small robed figures wielding daggers. The man now stands before you in flowing wizardly robes. I am Gandalf the White, holding a black tome in his hands. Fools! It is... Flee, you fools! Sorry. Fools! It's too late. He is coming! The man mumbles a strange phrase as his head morphs into an enormous eyeball. The hideous orb launches from the wizard's robe, trailing a stringy mass of transparent black goo littered with eyeballs. Tendrils shoot at the cave walls, and the goo expands into a massive black web. The eyeballs suspended in the suspended in the webbing glare at you with malice. Roll initiative. So, crazy. That's crazy. This old man was way more than he seemed in the beginning. I'm gonna speak for the party and say, ew. And then we've met these little hooded things before. They were these in the last. It was one of the last fights. These little halfling, deformed abominations with skulls that have eyeballs all over them and nasty little curved knives. And there's 4 of them. So we got 4 in this crazy web eye thing. And initiative. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, I got lots of d20s. I love it. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, right. Initiative. Let's do party first. Slope. Metal. 10 plus 2, 12. Cassius. 16. Much better this time, bro. Gunther. 6. Talia. 9. Barrow. 11. Then, crazy web crawler. Eyeball. Dude. 14 plus 3 is 17. And then the halfling abominations. They're plus 1. 18. Wow. Okay. Where my cards at? Where did I put those? I guess I don't have them out. Here you go. All right. So, crazy halflings are gonna go first. Nasty guys, and then the eyeball thing about Bob is gonna go next. Things are about to get crazy right here, I think. They should. Okay, halflings, Watley. That's the name of the old dude. Cassius Clay. Cassius. Yeah, Megal and Gunther. Gunther, and then Barrow. Did he forget? He did. And then, oh, you know what? I didn't roll for Pix. Pix our thief. What happened there? She rolled a 13. So, sorry to forget you, girl. So she is actually before Megal and... Right? Yeah. Okay, fine. Talia. And then Snow. Who's last? Alright. Shall we begin? Over a little bit. Halflings. Crazy halfling hybrids. There's 4 of them. Let's set the scene. We have our party. Snope, Megal, and then Gunther, and then that's the front 3, and then Talia, Barrow, and Cassius as the back, and Pix as the back 4. The halflings are we're gonna have them focus. Let's see, they're let's see, how far away are they? The halflings move 20 feet. 20 feet is an action. How big is this? This big. This room is not very big. It is not very big. And technically, the description doesn't say that they should have surprised them. It says they're going to ambush them, but it doesn't say, well, no, I guess there's no surprise because he says, fools, it's too late, he's coming, blah, 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 blah. So, hybrids, halfling, abominations, all attacking Snope. I think they just pile on the dwarf, right? That's what I would do. You got a badass looking dwarf coming at you with a battle axe. He's got the Ultimac battle axe. That's just the name that's inscribed on it. Ultimac. It sounds fun. It's fun. All right. I'm going to roll 4. They're going to gang up on him. Let's see. What do they got with their curved little daggers? -1. And his armor class is 12. Let's see. -1. Crit. Bum, bum, bum. They will... What will they do on a crit table? They are 1 hit die. So, I don't think they roll very high. They still roll on a crit. Roll on a crit. Oh, sorry. Oh, 1. Humanoids with weapons. D6. D. Is it the right one? Oh no, it's 3. They don't roll on the monster one. They roll on table number 3. Oh yeah, okay. D6. Let's do it. Okay, so 2 of them are. Oh, all 3 of them. 3 of them are missing. 1's gonna crit. And savage attack. Inflict plus 1d6 damage with this strike. Okay. They do 1d4. So why is that? Why you no see the dice? What is going on here? That's weird. So I'm staring at dice in my thing, and I'm looking at the screen, and there's no dice. It's like I'm talking and throwing dice, and there are no dice. Maybe that's another dimension. No, I think we're experiencing technical difficulties here. Let's try this out. Maybe someone hacked me, and they're like stealing all my dice. Wow. Wait, what the heck, dude? What's going on? That's weird. Wow. Alright, let's close that up. Let's restart that. See that? Fancy. There we go. There we go. We're back. Okay. Okay. So, we're about to roll 1d4 and 1d6 and see how much damage this little bastard does to Snow. He does 4 points of damage. He's all right. So Snope has these 4 halflings come running at him after Watley does this. Snope's staring at this disgusting web eyeball thing, and the little guys take that as an opportunity to jump him. He shields up, and well, no, he doesn't shield up. He's got a battle axe, or does he? He's got a longsword, a battle axe, and he's got the mirror shield. We're gonna say he's been walking around with this battle axe. He puts up the battle axe. 3 of them come at him and kind of bounce off him. The third one gets underneath the battle axe and stabs him savagely for 4 points of damage. So 4 is nothing to joke at. I mean, these guys don't have like 20 hit points. All right, so that was halflings. This is where it's gonna get weird. Well, it might get weird. It all depends on how the dice roll. as the die rolls. Oh, okay. Creepy eye web thing. What are you doing? It attacks with a pseudopod. How far away can it attack? That is the question. I guess close enough. It moves, so it can move. It's got a move value, so it can go as a web across the wall. It's going to attempt to attack with a pseudopod come shooting out of the web at Megal. It's going to attempt to grapple her. It has a +4 bonus to grappling with its agility. It's a very fast pseudopod. But Megal is fast too. She's got a +1 with her agility. Not as fast as it, but she does have +1. So we're going to roll a green d20 for her and a black one for the crazy eye web thing. And see what happens. Oh, she gets grappled. So it wraps around her, and as it's wrapping around her, these eyeballs come from these eyeballs come from the web itself, flowing down quickly, and then it wraps around her head, and they come floating over her head, her eyes, and she needs to make a will save, an opposed will save. Okay. So her will save is +2. Its will save is +2. So we're going to roll the same dice. This time, she shakes it off. It gets around her, but it does not take over because it tried to dominate her. It fails. She lets out a call for her hawk to come help her. Cassius springs into action. He had his longsword ready. He is going to... Is his options. Is he going to help out Snope? Or is he going to help out Megal? Does anybody have a preference? Anybody watching have a preference to who Cassius should help? Let's choose your own adventure. Do 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 do. Okay, so he is going to help Megal because this big nasty thing. I haven't done. This big nasty eye thing is obviously the bigger problem here. And Snope, he's a big boy. He can take care of himself. As Cassius has found out in the past. Cassius runs up and takes a stab, swinging to cut the pseudopod. Yeah. Ooh, 19. Nice. Oh, he crits at a 19. Booyah. Okay. Critting 19. 1d12 on table 3, which I don't have in my... But I have it right here. Table 3. Okay. 8. 8 right here. 8. Blow Caromes. That's a word. Blow Caromes off skull. Deafening foe for 1d6 days. Inflict 1d6 damage with this strike. Alright. I'm going to say that he does bite the pseudopod and does extra 1d6 points of damage. It's 1d8. It's 1d6. He has a -1, unfortunately, because of his strength. 7. He does 6 points of damage. Unfortunately, this web thing is if the damage isn't an area attack. It only does half damage. So the best way to kill this thing, because it's spread out, is to hit it with something that does a bunch of damage all over. But because he just cut the pseudopod, he only does 3 points of damage to it. But it's enough for the pseudopod to swing back off of Meggle, and Meggle's not under its power. Where's his hit points? Okay, 15. You did not hear that number. Okay. That was Cassius. Cassius. Picks. What you doing, girl? She very helpful in this fight? She can be. Okay, she's going to sneak silently in order to start backstabbing some halflings. She's going to sneak around. I'm going to give her a roll. Yeah. I was going to set the DC kind of low. Well, you know what? No, screw that. She's going to spend a little bit of luck. She's going to spend a little bit of luck to make that, because I was going to make it a 10. So that's 6 plus 3 is 9. She's going to spend another luck. So 10. She sneaks around the halflings. So she comes around this side. Snope's being attacked. She sneaks around. She's going to come in, but we're going to do that next round. She's going to come in and start backstabbing. Meggle. Meggle is going to move back out of range, she hopes, of this crazy thing. While she's doing that, she's going to take aim at this eye in the middle, along with her she has Charm Person as her spell, that and Featherfall, and she hasn't had to use either one of them, or hasn't been able to use either one of them. Her and Ormond are going to attack this sucker. Her with her longbow. 4, not good. Ormond, summon, not good either. Her arrow flies through one of the gap between webs, and the hawk isn't sure what to attack. Maybe the eyeball moves in the center. What can you do, Gunther? He's got paralysis, detect evil, and resist cold and heat. None of those are helpful right now, man. Not helpful at all. What does he have in his backpack? Rope, holy water. Can he turn this guy? He could attempt to turn this guy. Oh, excuse me. He's gonna... Okay, so Gunther steps up, brandishing his holy symbol. He's like, "Be gone, fell beast! Fell. Be gone." Yeah. Be gone, creatures of chaos. Something. Insert your favorite turning phrase here. He is going to... It's a spell check, so... It's +1. Spell checks are +1. What color die would... Let's pick one from over here. Gunther, what would you roll? What would you roll? You're a priest. Let's roll this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Okay, I'm looking at the stream. I thought for a second my camera died again, but you see that? You see that too? That wonderful, wonderful too? Yeah. So he His yeah, his disapproval range is right there. He has disapproved again. I mean, yes, he has gotten disapproval yet again. And he's at 4. Okay. Rolls for every point on the spell check. For example, if they rolled a natural one, I rolled a 2. Oh, okay. He rolled a 2, which means he's rolling 2d4 on this chart. This is auspicious beginnings. 5. Never rolled higher than a 1 or a 2 on this chart before. The cleric must undergo the test of humility. For the remainder of the day, he must defer to all other characters and creatures as if they were his superiors. Failure, at the discretion of the judge, means he immediately loses all spellcasting ability, including healing and laying on hands, for the remainder of the day. So Gunther attempts to, he steps forward and attempts to turn. He's step back, fell beast, and his god has left him. Nothing happens, and he feels it deep in his heart that he's done something wrong. He's done much wrong, and maybe he even hears it in his head after he feels it. It's like he almost hears it. You presume too much. Do nothing but the bidding of your betters. And he looks crazily around, and he doesn't know quite what to do just yet because he's not been told. Barrow, what you gonna do, Barrow? Oh. Our party doesn't have any area of effect spells. In fact, they don't have very many aggressive spells, offensive spells anyway. Like a flame spray would be awesome right now, or flame spray, or flaming hands. He does have color spray, but he would have to take a point of spell burn to get it back because he forgot it. Does he want to do that now? It might be a good time to do it. Barrow. Okay, so he's going to do Spellburn. Spellburn in Dungeon Crawl Classics means that he's going to take some kind of hit to one of his attributes. And in the fiction, it's going to apply in fictionally too. So I think he's going to take a hit to his stamina. And basically that right there could just be as simple as blood magic. Barrow pulls out a dagger. Does he have a dagger? No, he has a short bow. Yeah. He doesn't have a way to cut himself. He's gonna do something else stamina wise. Maybe he rakes his nails across his face, and he steps forward, and yeah, let's roll. Then we'll see what happens. He's rolling his spell check. Well, he's got +2, so he's gonna cast it. It's just gonna be lame, probably. It's right here. Okay. Okay. So Barrow takes up thinking quickly. He wants to this eye web thing. He wants to blind it. Okay. He knows he knows he had a spell to do that. It failed him before and he forgot. But he knows that he could get this power back if he sacrifices something. He takes his nails, he scrapes them across his face hard enough to draw blood, and he steps forward. And when he casts this spell, he it's called the mercurial effect is he's terrible to behold. His body drops back, just naturally drops back to shadow as his face kind of lights up. Is that what happens? Yeah, his eyes light red, and he's just awesome to behold. He speaks his word of power, and these arrows of all these different colors shoot out at the big eye web, and it's got to make a will check, or it's going to be blinded for 1d4 rounds. Will check +2. Okay, so he's got to beat a 12 +2. Well, there we go. It was a 5 +2 is 7. It fails, and is now blind for one round. One round, it is blind. Thank you, Barrow. Talia. Talia's got that short bow out. She's going to take a shot at it. Yes, for sure. At the web. She's taking a shot at the web. 17. La-di-da. We likes to party. 17. Okay, cool. She's going to do 1d6. +1 is 5. And half. Probably rounded down. It's 2. 2 points of damage. Yeah, well, it's something. Snope. Alright, Snope. Surrounded, piled upon by these little halfling things. He's going to attempt a mighty deed where he's going to use his battle axe to knock them all away. See how that goes for him. What's the armor class of these guys? 11. So, yeah, nothing happens. So he tries, and they just hold him back down, trying to stab him with their steely little knives. And it's their turn, and that's what they do. They take their turns trying to stab him. So they're on him, trying to get in him. Yeah, something like that. There's 4 of them. Snope's armor class is 12. Wow, look at that. Wait till you see. Wow. Look at that. None of them hit. Their little daggers, little curved daggers are bouncing off his armor left and right. They're trying to stab. He goes like this, they can't get off. They're stabbing around but not hitting. Not biting. Alright. Now. Web eye thing. Okay. It is blind. So we're going to pass on him. He doesn't know where he's grappling or who he's trying to glapple. So the web eye thingy is out for now. Cassius swings at it. Let's do another. I was just going to say, let's do another crit. And it happened. Look at that. Let's do... Oh, wait. And we got to roll his deed die, too. That was a 19 and a 1, of course. Okay. All right. Let's crit this sucker again. He's rolling 1d12. He rolls a 12. A 12. That's got to be good, right? Right. Crits. 12. On chart number 3. Yep. 12. Blow to cranium staggers foe. The foe must make a fort save or sink to the floor unconscious. Huh. Alright, well, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Sink to the floor unconscious fort save. +1. What's the fort save? Fort save 10 plus PC level. Okay, so it's got to be 11. Leave that in there. Alright. 19. This has no effect on him, on the web thingy. But, oh, jeez. Cassius does 1 point of damage. He crits and does 1 point of damage. 1 point. Picks. Backstabbing. She's going to take out a halfling. Let's do it. And she gets a, I believe, +3 backstab. No, she's neutral. Beggar thief. So she gets a +2. +2 is good. Okay. It's not a +3, but it's not bad. She's going to roll black too. +2 hits. And she does double damage with her dagger. Well, not double damage. She does 1d10. 6 points of damage. So she takes out one of the halflings. She's 1 down, 3 to go. Good job, Pix. Megal and her she's gonna roll purple. And her bird's gonna roll purple. No. A bird-like color. Oh, Megal. What are you? She's fumbling. She fumbles a D8. We're going to say D8. She's fumbled. She rolled a 1. So she fumbled somehow 5. Got that chart right here. You trip and fall, wasting this action. You are prone and must use an action to stand next turn. So she tries moving back to not incur a penalty to her longbow. Okay, she moves back in order to get a better shot, and she trips and falls. And the bird still confused as to what it's trying to peck at. Maybe you should just go for the halflings. I think that's what we're going to do next. Gunther. So Gunther, he... What should I do? What should I do? Please command me. Any of you. Please. That's what he does right now. It's kind of sad, kind of pathetic. He should have said it before, but he didn't know what he was doing. But now he needs someone to tell him what to do. Barrow. Barrow says, attack the damn eye. So, Gunther does that. 13. With his staff. He comes running up with it, with his staff. 13. -1 is 12, and that's what he needs to hit. So good show there. But he's doing 1d4, and Gunther's not the strongest. Yeah, he does 1 point of damage. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so Gunther. Barrow. So Barrow did the color spray. He's dropping all that and getting his longbow, short bow out. Talia takes another shot with her short bow. Um, 11 plus 1 is 12, so just barely hit. 1d6. Oh, jeez. 1 point of damage. There, yeah. It's a game of attrition. Snope. Now, same deal. He's trying to knock all three, the remaining 3, off of him with a mighty deed. Well, okay. What pluses does he have to his hits? So, oh no. We add the combat die. So he hit it. He hit 12. And because he called out a mighty deed, said he wants to knock all of these three guys, and he rolled a 3, he succeeded. So it was up to me to figure out what that means. I'm going to say it knocks all 3 back and doesn't stun them, but it should be something fun. They all fall down. They're all prone now. They've got to spend time getting up, which makes them easy targets. Did he kill one? No, that's just what he did. Halflings. Well, it's their turn. They get up. Eye thing is now awake, or not blind is what it is. It shoots out a pseudopod at Cassius, who's a 14. 18. It hits. Oh no! Wait, hold on. This is a grappling test, which it has +4. Cassius has -1. So we'll see how this goes. Crazy nasty web eye thing. Okay, this is okay. Red is him. Cassius. 7's the pseudopod. It shoots out for 11. He misses him. Cassius sidesteps out of the way, and it's his turn up. He sidesteps out of the way and swings, all as one maneuver. Which is pretty sweet. I just wish it was actually cool, because it's not. It didn't hit at all. So he swings and misses. Picks. She's going to, she can't backstab a guy, but she can, wait, no, they just got up. Actually, they just got up, and she's going to backstab another one. Yep. And she gets him. 1d10. 10. Wow, dead. Another little halfling dead. 2 left. Maggle. She fell down. No, she's getting back up. Gunther attacks the web eye with his staff. With his steely staff. We're not going to roll that die I did before. We're going to roll this one for Gunther. He rolls a 15. He hit, finally. Doing 1 point of damage. We are pointing this sucker down to death. Barrow. With his short bow, I believe. Yep. 17, Barrow. Nice. Roll a 6. 3. 1 point of damage. I keep rounding down because I figure that's probably what's supposed to happen. Talia. Talia with a short bow again, right? That's what she's been doing. Lots of ranged. Biff. Swift. Myth. Goes right by. Snope, what are you doing, man? Snope is going to take out a halfling. He's just going straight for a halfling. One of these nasty little 17. He's got it. He's been using the battle axe, which is 1d10. 10. Wow. All right. It's gross. He completely chops one of these halflings in half. His top half of his body goes whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hits with a wet thump on a sidewall. The last halfling. Actually, we should roll morale at this point. Let's see if he runs. He stays. He's crazy. He's crazy, and he gnashes his nasty little teeth and comes right at Snope. and Snope just kind of he bounces off Snope. Watley, the dark form, the eye web, throws out another pseudopod at Cassius. Ooh, an 18. Oh, now it might get interesting. Oh, wait. Sorry, did it wrong again. This is not that kind of roll. This is a contested roll between two. It does have, okay. Oh, it did. Yeah. 14 plus 17 is 21. Totally hit him. So this time it finds purchase around Cassius. Same thing happens. It wraps around his head and eyes come down quickly and go into place on his eyes. And Cassius finds himself in a battle of wills with this crazy thing. His will save is -2. His personality is not that good. He's -2 to a +2 will. Let's see what happens. Wow. Wow. So, this is what happens. Cassius finds himself completely taken over by Watley. Yep. So, oh, shiza. That pseudopod actually does damage. 3 points of damage to him. I didn't do that damage to Michael, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. All right. Things are going to get interesting now because it's Cassius's turn, and Cassius is controlled by this thing. Cassius turns, and the eyes are on him. They're crazy eyes. Eyes that were not like his. For some reason, the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, when the judge's eyes, when they reveal it and their cartoon eyes, that just made me think of that. I think that was the judge, right? What was his name? Was his Christopher? What's his name? The bad guy, the main bad guy. Doc. Okay, he is dominating him. He's telling him what to do. Cassius is going to attack Snope. No. Oh, gosh. I hate to do this, but it makes sense. Gunther is attacking the eye thing. Cassius swings at Gunther. This is horrible, because that means that's the healer. But, right? It makes sense. If you guys think that someone thinks that maybe he should take a swing at Snope, because Snope's kind of like right there with the little halflings all over him. Speak up now. Or should he go full? No, it wouldn't make him commit suicide. It's too valuable to try to hit somebody. All right, I'm gonna wait. See if anybody wants to say something. Gunther has an armor class of 12. Cassius has a -1. Ooh, yeah. Dude, I drank this huge Red Bull, but I spent like, I don't know, too much of the day. I'm tired. That's all. I'm tired. It happens, man. I'm so geeked. I want to tell people I'm geeked. I'm going to be at Gen Con in next week, and I'm going to be DMing. I'll be DMing Dungeon Crawl Classics. I'm super excited about doing it. A module called People of the Pit. I like the system a lot. I have a lot of fun with it. It's not the type of system that I would rather be playing all the time. Like I really dig the more story-based ones, like Dungeon World or Apocalypse World or Blades of the Dark. I'd love to play that a lot. But that said, this is, when it comes to dungeon crawling, this is sweet. Anyway, that was a side note. What's happening? Oh, I'm stalling because I don't want Cassius to hit Gunther, but he's going to. And let's see what happens. 17 and 1 is 18, and he hits Gunther. Come on, roll as crappy as you've been rolling with damage. 4 plus 1 is 5. Minus 1 is 4 points of damage. Gunther's like, what? But he understands that he can see that Cassius is under the thrall of evil. Gunther takes a hit. Takes a big hit. Cassius tries to run him through. And actually he does. Let's say he does run him through. It's just he misses organs, right? Because he hit him pretty hard. Gunther's like, oh. But he ain't dead. Pix. Pix is taking a stab at one of the last. Did we kill? Yeah, we have, yes, one halfling left. And Pix takes a shot at it. 17. And she's doing 1 to 4 with her little dagger. A little steely knife, right? 1d4. Oh, unless we say she get to backstab him. Yeah, because it's concentrated on Snoke. Okay. 5 points of damage. It is dead. All right. All the halflings are dead. Megal, seeing what's happened with Cassius, doubles her efforts at attempting to kill. Oh, I wonder if she. What if Megal casts Charm Person on Cassius? Would that help him? Charm Person. Where are you at? Where are you at? Who you with? Where you at? Caster charms an enemy to become a friend. Oh, I didn't know you could try this on undead and monsters. Really? You could do this to monsters with a -2 penalty. Well, that's kind of cool. Alright, she's going to try it. Because that would be something cool that someone would think up at the table and want to try to do. So she's going to step forward, and she hasn't been able to cast it. She has had no reason to, but now she does. It's almost like I foreshadowed that. She has a spell check of +2. Cool. Come on, man. Come on, Megal. Do it up. She forgets the spell. Okay. Gunther, run through. He's like, ah. He's going to, it didn't say he couldn't cast spells. It just says if he doesn't do the treat everybody as a superior, then he wouldn't be able to. So he's going to reach down and heal himself where the swords entered his body. He's going to lay on hands. Oh, boy. I need a good die for Gunther because none of these other ones were working. Here. How about that one? See, now that's a die roll right there. And himself, that's 3 dice. So this time it works. 1, 2, 3. Yep, heals him right back up. Barrow. Fighting the urge to shoot Cassius, he shoots again at the eye. $19. Right on. Roll a 6. I'll take a 4. 2 points of damage. So Cassius has got Gunther run through. Gunther heals around the sword, and maybe that pushes the sword out. Actually, when he does it, it pushes the sword out, Cassius' sword, and then Gunther, he's aiming at Cassius, or goes to Cassius, and then goes back to the web and lets go, and his arrow skewers the eye, and the tendrils and everything from the wall goes, and it dissolves into this black tarish pool, and Barrow watches the book fall on there. It's starting to be eaten up. Remember, the old guy was holding this black grimoire. Both Talia and Barrow notice this, and they run up to it. And let's see. First off, who gets there first? Let's roll agilities. He's got no modifier. She's got no modifier, so it's straight up. Barrow's back. Barrow makes it to the book first. He grabs it, and it's starting to dissolve, and he's flipping through it looking, and there's tons of spells, and he goes to rip one out, but he needs to make a DC check of 15, and he does. He rips one out before the book crumbles and dissolves. And now he's got another spell. Hot darn. Good job, man. One random spell of level 1d3. Alright, let's 1d3 it. Let's find out what it is. I mean, it's a level 2 spell. And level 2. Yahoo. Level 2. And we're going to roll that d20. D24. It's not a 30, the big one's a 30. It's invisibility. So he has invisibility. Can't cast it yet, but he will be able to at some point. Should be useful. Everybody stays away from the pool of liquid. Cassius, his eyes come back to him. Oh, are you all right? And Gunther says, I understood you were under the powers of that evil, that wicked thing. It's okay. Good friend, Cassius says. Snopes looks at Pix, gives her a nod. Pix just disappears into the shadow. She's not good at taking compliments. Not many of us are. So now, this part, before starting tonight, I've been thinking a lot about how to kind of accomplish this, how to get through this next part. It's kind of the finale, because the party moves in that passage to the east that the weird eyeball thing was blocking, and they descend a wide set of stairs carved directly into the rock. The stairs open into an enormous chamber. The foul, musty reek is unbearable. Above them, they can dimly see stalactites piercing the ceiling like giant daggers. A narrow, rocky ledge extends toward the center of the pit, at the end of which lies a stone altar topped by a pile of gold coins. To each side of the ledge, wide stone stairs descend to the cave floor. Okay. Yeah. All right, so okay, so this is how I was thinking this was going to happen. Let me get back to my notes. All right, so anybody watching right now, feel free to chime in to suggest what somebody may or may not do, what you'd like to see somebody may or may not do. The characters walk in. As they start descent. Okay, there's two sets of stairs. Ones that go down, one that goes up to this altar that's overlooking this pit. They don't see the full what's really in this chamber until they move a little bit further in. I think they're all gonna move up to the altar. When they come up to the altar, they see that this is a massive cavern, and in the middle is this huge chasm pit of darkness, and all around it are mounds and mounds of treasure, gold, coins, gems, items, like enough to fill 4 dragons thing. Like this is 4 times Smog's hoard. It's crazy. They're just in awe of it. Yes. So they're looking around. They're looking at on all. Talia is the first one that comes out of kind of her reverie, and she's looking down, and she sees at the base of the stairs. There's in particular, she starts down at the bottom. There's some treasure and stuff on this altar in front of them, but down in the pit, for some reason her eyes light on this blue. It looks like a wand, and it's more magic power, right? So she starts down the stairs, and she starts heading down the other stairs toward the first mound of jewels and stuff, but in front of the pit. Yeah. Cassius, seeing her run down there, understanding what she's probably doing, hurries after her, more intent on making sure she's with her, that she's okay, because she's obviously, he knows that she's chaotic and that Barrow's chaotic, and that this room is going to be a particularly it's very easy to know what they're going to try to do here. He's being like, all of them are looking at this going, oh, this is more treasure they can ever handle. All thoughts of what they're supposed to accomplish in this place are gone right now, just because of the sheer audacity that's before them. So Talia's going down. Cassius is following her. Snope, Gunther, Meggle are all staring around. Barrow's even staring. He can't believe it either. And just as Talia gets down there and she's about to touch something, or just as she's coming to the base of the stairs and she's heading to the thing, Snope goes, "Where's Pix?" And Pix enters. All of a sudden they hear a thrum, 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 and they look behind it, and she literally is barreling back in. Pix had immediately run back out to the chamber, and if you remember, there was those wheelbarrows just oddly sitting up against the wall. She's grabbed one, and she's heading back in the room, and she's coming up this short stairs to the altar, and she parks right. They move out of the way, and she hits the altar, and then she grabs this lockbox that's on there, and she's gonna put it in there when suddenly a sudden blast of wind from the pit almost knocks them all onto the floor. The entire chamber glows with sickly green light coming from the pit as a gargantuan black rubbery mass of tendrils, fins, and eye stalks thrust up from the Stygian depths. The hair on the back of their neck stands up as the withering stalks twist in the air. Enormous eyes glare malevolently with orange irises like pools of fire. Thousands upon thousands of glittering pairs of dots appear on the walls all around them. They are eyes. A maddening sound like screeching monkeys and breaking glass thunders in their skulls. Is this some sort of language? The eyes and the walls start to drift along the wall toward them. The walls shudder as a stalactite falls from the ceiling and crashes into the floor. Barrow's the first one to say it. And they're all thinking it. He goes, "Are we to kill this great thing? Is that what we're to do here?" But Snope is the first one. He's the first one to get it. And he goes, "No. Look." And this another stalactite falls as this beast is thrashing around and looking at them. And he's like, "It's going to do it itself." Then Barrow and then Meggle goes, "What should we do?" And Snope, and there's a moment of a pause, and then Snope says, "Run." And they turn to run. But and then okay, so that's what's going through their minds up there. Down on the floor, Cassius and Talia are staring up at this thing, and Talia, they think the same thing. It's time to run. I mean, this just got crazy. Talia's gonna run. She doesn't even give a shit if that's because if this is something there's no way she's gonna fight this thing, but she's just not gonna leave without this wand. She grabs the wand and turns the book out. Pix, having pushed one of the lockboxes, and there's another lockbox and some coins, she goes to grab the other lockbox, and we're rolling initiative. Yeah, rolling initiative. All right, let's do this. Nope. Meggle. Cassius. Pix. Talia. Ooh, Talia's got 20. Good for her. Barrow's 3. The Primordial Titan is rocking a 14 plus 3 is 17. And the Wall of Eyes is a thing. And it's coming. And it scares the hell out of me. Is a 9. 9. Plus 10. That means Talia is going first, and then this huge Titan creature is going next, and then Meggle is going. Cassius is going. So this whole thing plays out really depending on how greedy your party is. So you playing this, it's going to be pretty chaotic. I decided that that we're going to write a line between greed. It makes sense that some of these people are going to be greedier than others. But yeah, in a real world setting with real people all playing these characters, is going to be a whole different. It could be a huge shit show. It could be, I don't know. Right. So Cassius and then Gunther. No, Cassius and then the Wall of Eyes. Then Gunther. Then Snopes and Barrow. Oh, what's Pix at? Did I not roll her again, or did I not? I thought I did, but whatever. 6. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Right. I gotta keep track of people still running. Talia is going to. We're gonna say, okay, we gotta keep her out. This is round 1. She is 145 feet from the exit. She moves. She bang. She moves. She bang bang. She moves 30 feet at a time. She's running for the exit, which puts her at 115 feet at the end of that. At the end of that. Let's tell you. At the end of her turn. She's running for the exit. Doesn't even give a shit about anything else. The primordial titan sees her running with her little wand. This guy's crazy because he just this thing, it could be a girl, it's an it. This thing does suggestion, doesn't completely dominate, doesn't, but it makes suggestions, which means when if it succeeds, then it'll take all but one of the target's actions. So, well, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just see if it happens. So it's going to attempt to a powerful suggestion to Talia as she goes running. It's got a 50 feet range. It's gonna totally do it. It's just a will save. It's a will save on her part. Okay, it just does it, and nobody else hears anything. It just happens, and she's either gonna stop or she's gonna keep running. And her will is +1. All right, roll good, girl. This could be it. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of what is the party going to be like after this, because it's one big ride. She stops, and we'll see what happens on her next turn. So on her next turn, we choose whether she can move or she acts, because the creature is going to do the other one for her. Okay, that was the primordial titan, Megal. They're all going to start running. They are 100 feet from the. They are 100 feet. Megal, Snope, Gunther, and Barrow. So she starts running. She can move 30. She's at 70 now. Cassius, he's beginning to run too, but he stops where Talia is because he's not sure why she's not moving, because she just stops, and he runs up to her and he's like, what's going on? No, Cassius would totally do this. So the new Cassius, Talia stops, he's gonna run up and he's gonna keep moving, but he's gonna grab her and put her on his shoulder, and keep moving. And I'm gonna make him do a DC 10 strength check on that. He's not the strongest guy, so we'll see what happens. Roll good, man. 16. There you go. Good. Total officer and gentleman runs up, grabs her, and puts her over his shoulder. And he's running. That's a little less officer and gentleman, but and the wall of eyes. All right. This is where this is where I'm modifying things just a little slightly, because there are 5, as in the rules here, there are 5 walls of eyes. These are 10 by 10 foot walls of eyes that move. There's like eyes on the walls that are actually eyes that are looking. They're all blinking and looking, and there's 5 of them, and they're all moving towards it. And each one there's supposed to be a group of 5 of these, and they do. It's a crazy thing that they do, and it seems like I don't know how anybody would not. I don't know how a party would survive out of this, because the thing is yeah, you'll see. It gets even crazier. So what I'm doing, these are going to have, the wall of eyes is going to have one hit. It's not going to be 5. It's going to be one shot each time. These wall of eyes move up. Since Cassius and Talia are down low, and the others are up top, let's see, Snope, Gunther, and Barrow are still up top. The wall of eyes is going to, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Snope, Gunther, and Barrow. And the walls focus on, I rolled a 3, walls focus on Barrow. They're going to shoot an eye ray out of their eyes at Barrow. Just like that. Barrow's armor class is 11. And they roll a 13. So they hit. It's a random effect, 1d6. This is where I don't know what's about to happen. They hit him with sleep. He's got to make a fort save or fall asleep. His fort saves are at +3. Well, that's good. So he's going to need it. Okay, so he can burn some luck, and he's got a lot of it. He's going to need to burn 2. Let's burn those 2 luck, or he's going to fall asleep. He's going to burn 2 luck, and he doesn't fall asleep. Yep. Okay. Gunther's turn. Gunther is running as well. So he's about 70 feet away. Barrow. What are you doing, Barrow? Okay, Barrow just got shot at by these eyes. He has a spell that's made for dealing with this kind of stuff, I believe. I mean, pretty much. Ekam's Mystical Mask. He's going to cast that first before he does anything. 12 plus 2 is 14. Be helpful. Be helpful. Be helpful. 14. The mask helps protect the caster against gaze attacks, such as the form from a basilisk. The caster enjoys a +4 bonus to saving throws of any type against gaze attacks for the duration of the spell. The caster's face takes on a mirror-like quality while this mask is in effect. I'll tell you what. They all seem like gaze effects to me. They're all coming out of an eye and shooting out of an eye. I'm going to count them as gaze effects. So he's going to get +4 bonus to saving throws now. And the cool thing about his spell is the way it manifests is well, we could roll, but he plucks it out of air, goes vroom, vroom, and puts it on his face. I don't think he has any. Oh, and the sound of thunder rocks through the cavern. He's got this face. Now he's got a mirror-like face on it. Sweet. Pix grabs another loot box and puts it in the wheelbarrow. Snope isn't going to leave Pix behind. He runs up to Pix and grabs the wheelbarrow and starts moving away. And she like just barely manages to throw. She had just gotten that, and she had turned back to get more coins, and is like doing this, and he's moving and running, taking her wheelbarrow with him, knowing that she's not going to leave without that, hoping that she'll follow him. So he's about 20 feet away. Well, he's like not 20 feet, but like he's only moved like 10 feet, so maybe he's 90 feet away. Talia. Okay. Now we got to decide what Talia's going to do. So Talia's on Cassius's back, and she's being suggested by that guy. By the Primordial Titan. She's going to choose her action. She's going to do her action. And Okay. What if she does this? She's got another spell that she hasn't been casting very much lately. I mean, at least this round. She's going to summon an animal and send it to attack this Titan. Or at least stay or go running around the thing. Maybe she could. It could be a decoy of some sort. So that's what she's going to attempt to do. What's her +1? Come on, man. Damn. Dude, that would have been cool. What the hell? Dice suck. Alright, so yeah, that's why she ain't using it, because she can't remember it. So Cassius hears her mumbling something and feeling her doing something with her hand, but nothing happens. And he's like, ooh. But the Titan, part of her, is going to choose the move action, the only other actions she's got. And that's going to be we'll make that a strength roll off to see if Talia can break herself from Cassius's hold. Actually, she'll use our agility modifier, and he will use either one of us. It's -1 to +1. So see if she can squirm out of his shoulder. He's going to be the red one. She's going to be the other one. Talia manages to squirm her way off of his shoulder, and he drops her. Yeah, so she's off of him. I think nothing says. Wait, hold on. I gotta see if does the Titan only do one? I don't know if the Titan can do more than one, or should do more than one. Huh. Yeah, I think he only controls one. Wow. He lets out a psychic scream. That's nasty. +8 missile fire. At who? At what? Range 50 feet. Or he's going to do a tendril whip at Cassius. Yeah. Tendril whip. It's +6. Cassius's armor class is 14. +6, 9. So it's 15. So he hits him, doing 1d6 points of damage. So one of his tendrils whips out and spanks Cassius for thinking he could save Talia. Bad boy. Bad boy. Mago. Running. That puts her at, this is round, right? This is round 2 now. Round 2, and she is at 40. She's 40 feet from the entrance. Yep. Cassius, what are you doing, bud? Cassius has kind of recently went from chaotic to lawful. Part of lawful is, yeah, I think he's not leaving without Talia, or he's going to be trying to save Talia. So he's going to do the same thing he did before. He's going to do a I'm wondering if he picks her up, if she's going to fight it or not. I'm going to say he's going to try to pick her up again and start running. I just want to try to decide if that takes a... She's going to be harder, but it's not going to be that hard. Alright, so we'll do this again. She's going to be purple, though. He rolls a 20. He crits picking her up. He picks her up, one fell swoop, and runs. And, we're going to put him... He can't be running full speed. It has to be half speed. So, okay, we're going to put him and Talia at 100 feet from the entrance in round 2. Not moving that fast. The Wall of Eyes. Wall of Eyes take yet another shot at Barrow. Focus fire. Yeah. Barrow's armor class is 11. They roll 11. So they are hitting him with 3. This is it. This is it. This could be... Good thing he has his mask on, because this is what I'm telling you. Like, this is serious. So they hit him with the Death Ray. It's going to do 1d20 points of damage. A DC 15 will save for half damage. So let's roll. We need a proper death die. Here we go. Oh, 4 points of damage. Okay. Well, he's going to roll a save, and it's a will save. Will's +0, but he gets +4 because of his spell. So 7, 11. He did not make it. He's taking 4 points of damage. He's a big dude. He can handle it. Yeah. Gunther. Gunther is running. Gunther turns and sees that Barrow is not moving. What can he do? What can he do? What should he do? Well, he needs to be asking people what he can do. He runs back and tells Barrow, "What can I do? Tell me how I can help you. Tell me what I should do." And Barrow tells him to run. So Gunther runs back. He's the same place he was before. Oh, that means he's 70. He's only 70 feet. Barrow turns and runs. His plan now is to go down the stairs and find Talia. So he moves. He can do 30 feet. Yep. He moves down the stairs, about 30 feet. That's down the stairs. Pix is she shoves some coins in her pockets and starts running. And she's now she's now 70 feet as well. Snope, he's running down. Doom, 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 doom. He's like with Meg. He's 40 feet. No, he ran up. He got the wheelbarrow. He was only 10 feet. So 90. He's 60 feet. 60 feet from the exit. This all matters because if they can make it out the exit, the Primordial Titan won't be able to touch them anymore. Talia, what you doing, girl? You're on the back of Cassius again. She can't cast a spell because she freaking forgot it. She forgot her other spell too. She could call on her patron. she could. She's going to call on our patron, Cezricon. She's going to invoke patron. She's never done it before. We have no idea what it's going to do. It seems like this would be the right time to do it. And she needs to roll high. We're going to roll a different one here. We're going to roll one of these two. She needs to roll higher than an 8. She, its +1 is 9. This might be really bad. Invoke patron. 9 is failure. Unlike other spells, it may be lost. Yeah. Oh. I don't know what the results of patron bond was, actually. Basically, he's not listening. Again, Cassius hears her mumbling and trying to move, and nothing happens. And again, she attempts to shuck herself from his shoulder. She will be purple. And again, she manages to push him away to the point where he almost stumbles, and she falls down on the ground. Not falls down, but gets down. The round 3. No. That was the beginning of round 3 with her. The pit beast thingy, primordial titan. He's gonna do the scream. Oh, I'm sorry. She, yeah, that was the move. Her getting off him was the move. He's gonna do the scream at Cassius with the +8. It's 22. It does 3d4 intelligence damage. 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 7. Wow. He takes 7 intelligence damage. Now his intelligence is pretty good, but he's feeling super dumb right now. Much dumber. We'll see how that plays out. Megal. Megal, most pragmatic, is heading for the door, and she's assuming everybody else is as well. Alright, so she's at 10 feet from the entrance. She turns and looks to see what's happening. Does she send her hawk to do anything? No, the hawk ain't gonna fight the guy. He ain't gonna fight the wall. It ain't gonna help anybody carry gold. She's ordered the hawk to go out the door. Cassius. Okay. Now Cassius, because of the hit and intelligence, he is definitely not leaving without Talia. He's going to do something very stupid. He's going to attempt to pick her up and take her again. Let's see, she's black. He goes to grab her, and he can't do it. He can't do. She won't move. He tries to talk to her. Come, my friend. You must go. You must. She's not listening. The wall. The wall is pissed. It wants Barrow dead. It goes shooting at Barrow again. 9. +2. It is +2. So 11. So it hits him. Jeez. Okay. 5. Sleep again. Fort save. DC 15. He's got +7. He's falling asleep for... Where'd you go, Mr. D3? You're totally blending into me. Right? I do not see you. Alright, 1d6 divided by 2. He is falling asleep for 1 round. Okay. Okay. Gunther. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Where is that? D3 though. That's going to bug me. Okay. Right. Gunther. Gunther. Trying to get... Oh, Barrow told him to run, so he is running. So I was running. He is now at 40 feet from the entrance. Barrow is asleep. This is that round. He's asleep. He falls. He's asleep. Picks. Close behind Snope. Traveling down the stairs. Snope. 30 feet from the entrance. Talia. Let me tell you. What is she going to do? She's going to run for the door. She's running for the door. She is, what did we say? She's 100 feet from it. He gotten her 45 feet in. She's going to run, yeah, she's going to run her 30 feet. So she's 70 feet from the exit. When she gets 70 feet, she's 70 feet from the exit. That means she's the same as Gunther, Barrow, and Pix. The Primordial Titan is going to tell her to attack. She's going to attack Gunther. Barrow's asleep on the ground. Barrow, yeah, she's going to attack Gunther. The lawful one. With her, as she's running, she pulls out her short sword. She's going to +1 to melee. 7. She comes running. She's running. And Gunther turns and he sees her, and she's like, "Rah!" And he stumbles back, but she doesn't manage to connect. There you are with him. So, good news, she missed. She doesn't. Hey, the other good news is she's forgotten all her spells, so they can't use the spells against her. It is pissed off. Yeah. It tendril whips at Cassius again. Tendril whip. 13 plus 6 is 19. D6. 5. Oh, Cassius is not looking good. He is pretty low. Very, very low. This tendril whip whoosh, slaps him around. Megal. She sees all this. What can she do? How could she help? Oh, man. Are we in round 4 now? I think we're... Wait, hold on. Yes, this is the beginning of round 4. Talia... Okay, wait. This is the beginning of round 4, which means this big thing has caused the whole place to shake. All this is happening. This whole place is shaking. Stalactites are starting to fall. More rocks are starting to fall. At this point, our characters need to start making reflex saves, or they're getting hit by rocks. We're gonna back up just really quick. Talia has got to make a reflex save while she's running and stabbing at Gunther in order to avoid being hit. Talia is got a +1, and it's a reflex save of I think she did really well actually. It's only a 10, so she made it. No worries. The Primordial Titan doesn't have to worry about. Megal is 10 feet in. She dodges out of the way, or we'll see if she does. 13. Yeah, she dodges out of the way and clears the last 10 feet, and she's standing in the doorway of the passage thing. So she's out. Cassius, because Talia ran, he's not that dumb. He runs too. So he's running 30 feet. Oh, he's got to do a reflex save. A reflex save of 2. This could be our first death. taking 6 points of damage, man. A rock comes crashing down on him, knocking him completely down. The wall of eyes, having put Barrow to sleep, has moved and is now shooting its laser eyes at Snope. Because Snope's lagging behind. Well, no. Pix is behind Snope. They're going to shoot at Pix. Because Pix is now glowing with a really bright light. Because she started to sweat. Because of something that happened in the last adventure, whenever she sweats, she shines brightly. Like glowing bright light. She has started glowing bright light while she's running back. She had run in with the wheelbarrow. Had started getting treasure. Now she's running back. That wall of eyes, she's just glowing. It's like huge target on her back. So the wall of eyes shoots at her. 8 plus 2 is 10, and they miss her. Right? Pix is oh wait, no. Armor class 10. 8 plus 2. Oh, armor class 10. She gets hit. A 1. Frost. 1d3 and a 10% chance to stun. Alright, so she's going to hit with a frost ray for 1 point of damage. Totally live with that. Totally. That's 8. Alright. And then 10% chance to stun. Orange is going to be the... Nope, I'll do this one. There you go. Wow. Oh, no, that's 40. Okay, good. That's 40. She did not get stunned. Okay. She gets hit. Cold. She just keeps running. Gunther, my man. Gunther almost got stabbed by Talia. Has turned around. He sees the rock hit Cassius. He runs to Cassius. Gunther was at 70 feet. Cassius was attempting to go. He would have been. So Gunther can run up, falls to his knees, and casts Lay on Hands. Oh, he's got to ask for permission now. I think that's how it works. Does it just act as if everybody else... He's going to run and say it. He's going to run and do this. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. Spell check at +1. 2, 3. So that's big disapproval. Big disapproval. 2 again. He'll be rolling 2d4. Let's do that again. 8 on the disapproval chart. This is going even worse than I thought it might. We'll see. This is definitely... The whole party is going to be changed after this adventure for sure. The cleric immediately incurs a -4 penalty to spell checks on the specific spell that resulted in disapproval, including Lay on Hands. This lasts until the next day. So he gets a -4. He failed that spell check. He gets a -4 going on. -4. Lay on Hands. He's got one more round to save Cassius. Barrow wakes up and gets up. That's his round. It's his thing. Pix. Oh, gosh. Hold on. That was the wall. Cassius got hit. Gunther. Gunther runs. Has to do a reflex save to not get hit by... So, while he was running to save Cassius, a rock hit him for 1 point of damage. Okay. Barrow was asleep. He couldn't make a save. takes, maybe that's what wakes him up. He takes 4 points of damage, and he's at 1 hit point. Takes 4 points of damage, and wakes up, and gets up, feeling very, very bad. Pix needs to 17. Totally dodges a rock and moves 30 feet, putting her at, she's 10 feet away from being out. She's almost out. Snope needs a roll reflex save. Snope is not going to make that. He's going to possibly take 4 points of damage. Snope. Okay. Hits him in the shoulder. But he's okay. He doesn't drop anything out of the wheelbarrow. That put him. But that puts him out. He's out of the big room. Snope is out. Gets hit, but he's out with the wheelbarrow. Talia. All right. Talia needs to dodge a. Ooh, she dodges a rock. She's going to run. She's gonna use her run. That puts her at 40 feet from the exit. She's gonna try to get out. That leaves the pit thingy me job guy. He's gonna have. Oh wait. So she ran, but it's gonna have her short sword. Who is she gonna be? She can take a stab at Pix. She comes running up and tries to stab Pix. 13. She backstabs Pix for 4 points of damage. Because Pix is glowing like crazy. Well, it's actually, the glow is supposed to give everybody a +2 to hit her, so gotta remember that. So Talia, running. No, I want to get out, and this thing goes in her mind and makes her, she looks and she sees Pix running, and she stabs her with her sword. Megal, she's out, but she's staring back in, and she sees what mess is going on. We got Gunther, who's farther in, the rocks are falling, trying to save Cassius. Talia's running, and she's got this weird look on her face, and she just stabbed it. She watched her try to stab Gunther, and she just stabbed Pix. I think she's going to take a shot at her. I think she's going to take a shot at Talia. I don't think that's against her lawful. Like, she knows, we've always known Talia and Barrow were chaotic. She just watched her try to stab her teammate. She's going to take a shot at her with her longbow. She's 40 feet out. At what point do longbows start getting a? I should know this. 70 feet, yeah. So she's gonna be rolling a d16. 14. She hits Talia for 1d6 plus 1. 5 points of damage. Okay, I'm not happy, but I'm not unhappy. Megal. She's got to make a choice. She sees Talia stab Pix. She makes a choice. She lets loose, and it sinks deep into Talia's chest. And Talia falls to her knees and dies. With our healer is over with Cassius, so Talia's got a round to go. Cassius, bleeding out. One more time and he's gone. The wall of eyes. It's following, and it's kind of fixated on Pix now, so it's going to shoot at Pix. Imagine if I was rolling this 5 times for this wall, it'd like everybody be dead. I don't even understand. But it rolled a 5, so good. It's missing. +2, it totally misses Pix. Laser eye misses. Gunther. Gunther is got to dodge a rock falling on him. 9 agilities. Oh god. Okay, he's gonna spend a point of luck to dodge a rock. It's just 1 point of luck. It should be fine. It's fine. It's all fine. And he's going to attempt one last time to lay on hands, even though he's been doing so crappy with this. He's got -4 on it. Come on, man. 8 or less. Oh, no, hold on. It's a failure. He needs 11. It's -4. Holy mackerel. He really boofed. He is not going to save Cassius. Can he save himself, folks? Barrow. Barrow picking himself up. He's out of it. He's almost dead. He's running. Where's he at? He's 70 feet out. Well, first off, he sees Talia go down with an arrow in her chest. And Talia has been his whole life. All right. He's running to her. He might not see the rock with its name. He might not see Dwayne Johnson coming out of nowhere. Well, hold on. He's got to make a reflex save. He does not make it. And the rock, he sees it. He runs. He's completely focused on Talia and does not see the rock coming down. The stalactite comes down and just pales him onto the ground. And he is dead. Barrow is dead as well. Pix. Pix was 10 feet out. She's got to dodge a 9. Her agility is +1, right? Doesn't she have a +1 agility? She does. So she dodges a rock and gets out. She is now out of the cave as well. She just keeps running. She's another 20 feet in. Snope turns back. And he's really torn. He wants to save Gunther, but Gunther is way too far in there. He's 70 feet away, and the rocks are falling. And he grabs Meggle and says, "We've got to go. We've got to go." He's his friend Cassius is gone. Looks like Gunther's going to be gone. This wall of eyes is flowing, and he doesn't know if it's going to stop. He continues on. He's running 30 feet in with the wheelbarrow. Talia, R.I.P. Pit Beast. This guy. Okay. The Primordial Titan. Here's the thing. Yeah. Oh, yes. It's going to suggest to Gunther. Where's Gunther? Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Gunther's got to make a DC will save. He's got to make a 15. He doesn't. He is now under the control of the Primordial Titan. Meggle. Meggle. What you gonna do, Meggle? Oh, she's running. Another 30 feet. 30 feet in. back down the hall, down in the cavern. So they've her, Megal and Snow, Megal, Gunther, Megal, Snope, and Pix have run into the chamber where the pool of liquid black is, and the little halflings are all dead. They're running back out as everything's falling. Everything's starting to fall. It's not as bad though. There's like not rocks falling in the tunnel, so there's that. Cassius. And here come the wall of eyes. Who they? Oh yeah. So they're moving too. They're behind them, but they're still shooting at them. Here's the crazy part. This is even more. So you've seen so far what happened with the Primordial Titan. Even if we'd rolled a little bit better, they'd still be in a bad place. We've got 3 characters dead. These wall of eyes is going to follow the characters. It's supposed to do is follow the characters until they're out of the dungeon. They've got to run all the way back out the dungeon while these wall of eyes is still shooting at them. And in this module wants you to have 5 of those walls shooting at them while they leave. Like, I don't know. I mean, for a one shot, that sounds kind of fun, right? Because it could be some epic thing. If one person lives, everybody's like, whoa, that'd be awesome. But for a campaign, it seems like, well, it's kind of ridiculous. Which is no judgment on my part. It's a fucking great module. It's awesome. But I think we're going to make the call. I'm kind of thinking of not having the eyes follow them all the way out, because really it's just like, let's just keep rolling. What's going to happen is these guys are going to run out the same way they came in. They're going to have to go. The only room, if in the rules, I mean, if they run, this is cool because they got to get out of the dungeon. If they didn't map themselves and they end up in rooms that have monsters that were supposed to, those monsters are supposed to join the mix, which is even crazier, super crazy. So I'm gonna make that call in a minute because I want to see what happens. I'm gonna let the wall do one more shot at Hicks. No, I'm gonna think about this. I'm wondering if we have the wall stop at the chamber as well. And Gunther goes, and yeah, this is what's gonna happen. With a Snope looks back one more time, and he sees Gunther, and Gunther's got this crazy look on his face, enraged. And there's a scream from the Titan, and Gunther's running at them, and the scream from the Titan, and another bolt of something comes through the doorway, and everything's shaking, but then a huge rock goes in front of the doorway, and cutting them off, and the whole temple's shaking, and they're running, they're retracing their steps the best they can, and they manage to get out as the whole temple falls, and they find themselves getting out. They find themselves in the little odd forest outside of the cave where they had started, not knowing exactly where they were, but they managed to get themselves out, barely alive, but still alive. As the crumbling and they hear that, they could still hear that the ground rumbles, and they're exhausted. They make a small camp, and it's still rumbling for an hour later. It's how epic this collapsing, and it's not long after it finally ceases that a glowing orb appears before them in their little fire. They're huddled in their little fire, and the orb appears. And one of the scions of law speaks. That you have fulfilled your obligation. Your crimes against law have been forgiven. Forgiven might be the wrong word. Be more of along the words of, yeah, you've been absolved of this, but don't mess up again. Maybe they even say that if you're ever found guilty again, you will be unmade. Unmade. You will be unmade. Follow in the path of law. And then it disappears. And they're like, they're looking at each other like, but, and then, or they look at each other and go, they're relieved, even though they've lost half their party, half the people they know, they're relieved. Until Snope, looking at the night sky, realizes that these are constellations he's never seen before. And so, even though they've been absolved of their crime from the law and have completed this quest, they weren't taken back home. They were left here, wherever here is, somewhere where they're not familiar, and the constellations aren't even something they recognize in the sky. So the story leaves these guys with having lost half their party. They're now lost somewhere in the world and have to find their way home. And that's what they want to do. So that's where we're going to leave this party. Gunther's R.I.P. We'll do a minute to do a little eulogy. So Gunther, we met him deep. He was in a basket about to be served up to demon vegetables, basically, and a Chaos Knight's ancient fort. He was in a basket tied up with a bunch of other people, and he came pretty far. Talia and Barrow, the husband and wife, who had tasted power, and it began to change them, and they became more powerful, but the envy and jealousy kind of got in the way. But ultimately, underneath all that was Barrow's obsession and love for Talia. But even in the end, Talia's power could not save her or even help her. Everything left her. She couldn't even get the patron that she had worked so hard to make contact with to help her. And then finally, Cassius was the chaotic woodcutter who found redemption on the plane of law and changed from chaotic to lawful. And we thought was going to die at the fiend blade that he'd found, that was a demonic magic item that tried to possess him, and but he got himself rid of that too and became lawful and had turned the corner and died in the what was the name of this elder god? It's a crazy died in the temple of Shagazel Nizzlethrub. So R.I.P. Cassius, Talia, Barrow, and Gunther. I like these characters, but I'm looking forward to the journey of Snope, Hicks, and Meggle as they try to make their way home. What kind of adventures will they run into? So next week I'm GMing at Gen Con. I think I'm gonna still, my plan is still to broadcast Friday and Saturday from maybe my hotel room, or maybe if I can figure out some other cool thing, if I'm doing anything at that time like DMing, maybe I can stream from there. So tune in. It'll be something. I might just be telling you how the adventure went that I took my sessions through. I got 4 sessions, 4-hour sessions. Should be fun. All right, cool. That was that, and I'll see you next week. Viva the dungeon. Now I gotta turn this off. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There we go.